Now, my next topic is the all bust team. Now, this is frustrating. And these are all guys who were first round picks. Well, close to it anyway. Not the quarterback. You want to take a guess on who my quarterback bust was this year, Zach?
I'm going to guess Cam.
No, it wasn't Cam. Wasn't Cam.
Was it
NFC East?
Lost
his job.
Carson Wentz. Easily.
Yes, it was. God, he's bad.
Yep.
Carson Wentz was drafted as the quarterback number 12 with a 92.5 average draft position. That's not incredibly late. It's 9th round, 10th round. But he finished as the QB 21. Lost his job to Jalen Hurts, who people didn't even think, they called him a running back, just like Lamar Jackson. He lost his job to Jalen Hurts. Carson Wentz is bad. I doubt he gets another starting gig in the NFL. My biggest bust at running back is Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Drafted, his ADP was 3. He was the third guy off the board in every league. It went C-Mac, Saquon, Zeke. And I fell victim to it. I drafted Zeke at number 3. Okay, he finished as RB number 10. So that's not even that bad, right? But the thing is, when you use a first round pick, when you take Ezekiel Elliott over guys like Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, you're absolutely kicking yourself. And he's just been impossible to start over the second half of the year. I won't do it again. I'm not falling victim to the Zeke trap again. Even when he has Dak, okay. But without Dak, he's absolute trash. You want to take a guess on my my next RB bust?
I was thinking in my head between Clyde and Mark Ingram.
It was Clyde. Clyde EdwardsHelaire, the most hyped up running back that I've ever seen in fantasy, in pregame or preseason, right? Drafted as RB number 9 with a 16.5 average draft position. That's pretty low because, dude, we were in a couple of drafts together. He was going in the first round in every draft. I didn't see him fall to the second round in any draft. In fact, one draft he went as high as number 5 overall. Yeah. That rookie hype is insane.
Yeah.
And it had a lot to do with the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, and that high potent offense. Makes sense. They thought he was going to get the Kareem Hunt treatment from a couple years ago. Didn't happen. And I like Clyde. He's a good little player, but finished as running back number 19. Pretty disappointing to everyone who took him in the first round. Now, these next two guys, my 2 wide receivers, they are busts, but it's also a little unfair because they had been injured. Although we got to start with the biggest bust of the fantasy year. It's Michael Thomas. Okay. Drafted as the first wide receiver off the board in every league that I was in with an ADP of 5. Okay. So this guy was going before Cook, Henry, or Kamara. One of those 3, someone took Michael Thomas in front of one of those 3 in every league. He finished as wide receiver number 88 and has missed over half the season. Brutal. And the Saints don't even really miss him. I mean, that's impossible to think, but their record doesn't show it.
I think Emmanuel Sanders deserves a lot of credit because he has quietly, stepped up for this team, and he's kind of getting up there in age, I'm pretty sure. So I think his veteran experience probably helped him with that, especially when Drew Brees was gone and they ran that gimmicky Taysom Hill offense for 3 weeks. The Saints, I guess they're just well coached, and their defense helped out a lot.
Great defense and a great coach. I mean, they know what they're doing. They're a winning football team though, and they're just a winning organization. So I like Taysom Hill too. I think he should be the quarterback of the future, if you're asking me. All right, my second bust for wide receiver is a dude who I love when he's healthy. He's Julio Jones. Drafted as the 4th wide receiver off the board, 12.5 ADP. That's a first round. That's a late first round, early second round pick. Finished as wide receiver number 46. Missed 6 games this year. And without Julio Jones, Matt Ryan is god awful. And you can just tell. Yeah, when there's no Julio, Matt Ryan, just focuses on Calvin Ridley, which is great for Calvin Ridley's value, but that offense as a whole completely suffers. Steve says he thought Zeke and Michael Thomas were just about the safest picks in the first round. And it's hard to argue. Going back to August, Zeke had never really missed due to injury. He had been suspended, never missed due to injury, and he just got that big contract, but maybe that worked against him. Like we said, Michael Thomas, you throw the ball anywhere near him, he's going to catch it. Got to be on the field, Mike. We can't guard Mike if he's not on the field, right? And then my final bust is a tight end who I've never liked. Never thought he was very good. I don't think he's the best tight end on his team. And he was kept for a 3rd-round pick in our keeper league this year, Zach. His name is Zach Ertz. Drafted as the 4th tight end off the board in most leagues in the 4th round as a ADP of 41, finished as tight end 33. Okay, so every team had at least one tight end better than Zach Ertz, including his own team, because Dallas Goedert is just so much better than Zach Ertz. I don't know how Zach Ertz gets the love he gets, but it doesn't make sense to me.
I think this is the first year Zach Ertz has really busted like this, because when Carson Wentz was playing well in 2018 and even some of 2019, Zach Ertz was his go-to guy. Their receivers, they've been complaining about their receivers for years. They relied on Zach Ertz in pretty much every game, but I think as Wentz failed this year, so did Ertz. It was ugly for both of them.
That's kind of true, but what about Dallas Goedert, who even last year was getting 6 targets a game, taking those 6 targets away from Zach Ertz? Goedert looks better, and he performs better. And Goedert is able to do it with a bad Carson Wentz, with Jalen Hurts. So I'm all into Goedert. Love Goedert. Play him in DFS. Speaking of, I won DFS this week, Zach. Again, thanks to Josh Allen coming through. That's like 4 weeks in a row that I've won that little contest that we do. I don't know why these guys just keep giving me their money.
They should probably just listen to you and take the same people.
I feel like they do. They do. And then or they try not to, because they know that I'm going to be playing these guys. So they try to pivot and go somewhere else. And it always backfires, because I'm the Charm City cash cow. That's why I try to tell them they're not going to win. Might as well just not even play. Devontae Adams made me a lot of money. Josh Allen made me a lot of money this week. Zach, thanks for being on the show, bud. I'll see you for New Year's. All right. Have a good one.
Thanks for having me. See ya.
Yeah.